Hey YouTube, what is up? I know it's been a couple years, my bad. So I have decided that I want to start doing YouTube videos again. I know it's been a while and I probably have lost a lot of subscribers, but we will try to get you back, all right? My life's been up and down. It's been crazy. I've had a really hard time managing my social medias, and I'm actually at a really good place to start doing it again. You know what I mean? Taking the time for me. I'm not so focused on all this other bullshit. So I've recently started a new series on my TikToks of me talking about my catfish episode and my experience on there. So I know I already have a video of that on here, but it's not the greatest video, honestly. I was really shy back then, and it was really hard for me to put what was in my head onto the camera. I was really awkward. Obviously I've gotten a lot better. It's been about 8 years since that video, since I was on Catfish, all that shit. So we've come a long way. I'm going to be doing mini-series talking about everything catfish. You guys can leave questions down below if you have any questions, and we will definitely do Q&As. I'm going to be doing all types of videos on here, travel videos, cooking videos, everything, literally everything. We're just going to be doing a bunch of vlogs. You're going to just, you know, live my life with me. Why the fuck not? Yeah, so let's just deep dive in. I've literally tried to record this video 3 times and it has not let me. These videos are not gonna be like an hour long or anything. They're probably gonna be about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna be trying to post once a week and get this series done. And then after these series, I'm probably gonna be posting once a week still, just with other things going on in my life. So that'll be fun. So if you guys want to follow, like, and subscribe to this video, hit that little bell so you guys don't miss my next video. All right, let's get into it. When I first got hit up by the producers on Catfish, I wasn't expecting it, and honestly, I thought the message was bullshit. They wrote me on Facebook Messenger, and it was this lady, her name was Jill. She was awesome. Jill was so sweet. I adored her. Like, we got really, really close. Unfortunately, we have dropped off now. It's been, you know, so long. But yeah, no, she's amazing. So she writes me and she says, somebody has reached out to the show and they want to apologize to me in person. And I was thinking, yeah, right, this is bullshit, you know what I mean? I'm used to people stealing my identity, fucking around, like all that shit. I was like, this message is bullshit. I'm not gonna be on fucking Catfish. Like, this isn't real. This isn't real. And also, I was like, well, if this person wants to, you know, say sorry so bad, they obviously know how to steal my photos. They obviously know how to get in contact with me. So this was her trying to get TV. You know what? Sorry, bitch, but you made yourself look stupid, honestly. Don't care, you look dumb. Didn't believe her, didn't believe Jill. She sent me her IMBD, and I didn't know what that was at first. So this platform is a subscription service that provides industry professionals with information about the film and the TV sector. It allows you to search and learn about actors, producers, casting directors, and agents. So she sent me that, her profile, and I was just like, okay, maybe this is legit. So we got to talking a little bit more, and she was trying to talk me into doing the show. I did not want to do the show. I was already out there. I already had my identity stolen. I didn't want to be out there any more than I already was. She convinced me to do it, said it was going to be a really good idea, that I could, you know, put myself out there, and the people who were getting catfished by the fake profiles of me would learn that they were being catfished and that I would be able to get my identity back. And so I was like, okay, whatever, let's just do it. So she's like, okay, so first of all, I'm gonna record you, and like, you're gonna tell me your story. Just everything that's happened, the whole catfish experience, like, so we did that. And then she sent it in to her higher ups so they could decide if my story was gonna make the cut. They loved it. They reached out a few days later and said, absolutely, let's do this. This is a really good story. It's very unique. And it is unique. Most people who go on Catfish, it's because they're not sure if the person they're talking to is a catfish or not. And so, like, you know. I love that my episode was so unique. So they agreed to do the show. And so the next step was they flew out these producers, these like on-scene producers, to come take me all the way to Salt Lake to meet up with this therapist lady, where I had to do like basically like a psych eval, because I guess they didn't want to make sure I was fucking crazy or anything. So I had this paper test and she asked me a bunch of questions, and I mean, obviously I passed that. And then they took me back home, and I want to say the next day they brought over like all this paperwork, made me sign a bunch of NDAs so that I wouldn't talk about the show before it aired, so I wouldn't ruin the show. They brought like a laptop. They had it scheduled for me to have that Skype meeting with Max and Neve. They make it look like, oh, it's my computer, it's my house, I just open this and get on Skype. No, they actually were in the living room watching me do this. They had like their headphones on, like listening and all this shit. And they had previously prompted me like what they were gonna ask and what we were gonna talk about, so that it would just be like a really nice flow to the Skype call. So I already knew what was gonna go on, what was gonna be asked. So I was still really nervous. I was not good at being on camera back then. Like, even when I made my last YouTube video, like, I was not good at it. I hated it. I'm very awkward. And then on top of that, like talking to these like two like celebrity type people was really intense to me. And to be honest, they're really intimidating. So that happened. And then after that Skype call, they're like, well, you know, we're gonna fly out to Salt Lake. We'll come see you. We'll figure all this out. The next day, they decided that they were gonna find a stage home because I had too much like DC and just like other things in the house. They didn't want to have to like blur it all out or like get the rights to it. So they took me to another house. And the night before we started filming, they were like, we want you to stay here so that you can wake up, be ready in the morning, and then we're gonna, you know, get you ready and we're gonna film. So we did that. Me and my roommate stayed because he was obviously in the show. We ended up drinking that night.
We got a little tipsy.
That was fun though. Little celebration for being on the show. We woke up, got mic'd up. There was cameras and crew everywhere. It was so intense. And they're like, just don't look at the cameras. And I'm like, how? There's literally like 15 of them around me. Bright lights. I'm all mic'd up. I got the box. Like, I just remember I was like smoking a shit ton of cigarettes. I was so nervous. I didn't know what was going on. Like, I didn't know how to act. Like, I don't know. This was my first time ever doing something like this. And once again, they prompted me, you're going to open the door. They're going to come in. You're going to introduce yourself. You're going to sit here. They're going to sit here. This is what you're going to talk about. This is what you're going to show them. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Reactions of everything were real. They did ask some things that I wasn't prompted on, which was kind of cool. You could tell I was really nervous. I was having a hard time keeping eye contact, and I was fidgeting. Like, I talk with my hands, that's what I'm doing now, but like my feet were moving. I was just like messing with my jacket. Like, I was struggling. Okay. So that day happens and they're like, okay, well, we're going to go do some research. By the way, they do not do the research. They are just the face of the show. They have, I don't know if you'd call them producers, but they're like editing people and whatever, investigators who actually do all the research, and they send it to them in like emails, and so that they can click on these links and have all the little tabs open so they can click on it and make it look like, oh, look what we found. Oh, look what we found. Let me pull this page up. So they went and met the next morning with Catfish Brazil, those two guys. I would have loved to meet them. They seemed really sweet. But so they're figuring out all this shit and all these pages with my photos and whatever. And they end up coming to the house that day. So we meet again, and then we sit in the kitchen on that table and talk about what they found. told me we were going to be going to Cleveland, which I didn't know. They know like everything, but like most of the time I don't know what's going on. It's just I'm kind of like following their lead. They mainly just tell me like where I'm sitting and like little topics that we might be talking about so I can, you know, conversate without stumbling over my words. But I had no idea that we would be going to Cleveland. Half of the shit that they had researched, I didn't know most of it. So they're like, this is what's happening. Are you okay to go with us? And so I was really nervous because Tyson wasn't going to go with me. It was just going to be me and like this whole crew of people and Neve and Max. I don't know anybody. And I'm flying out of state all the way across the country with a bunch of people I don't know. And it was really scary, really intimidating, but I'm so glad I did it. Like, that was probably one of the bravest moments of my life. Like, they literally could have, like, you know, here's Johnny. Like, I don't know. So, yeah, we get to Cleveland, and it's dark out.
Well, yeah, what is that? Gay building? It's so gay.
So gay.
Oh, not as gay.
All right, hold on, I'm gonna shoot it.
We're driving to the hotel. This hotel is stunning. It's gorgeous. And we get there, we check in, and it's like, I don't know, I want to say like 10 o'clock. Like, they give you a warm chocolate chip cookie. I'll never forget that cookie. It was so good. And they gave me the key to my hotel. They actually had a bodyguard who would stay outside of my door all night long.
I'm hanging out with my security guard. We're watching Bridesmaids.
All night. So that was a really cool thing that they did for me. And I think that's where we're going to end this video. So stay tuned for the next one. Guys, if you really want to keep up on this little series, just, hit that like and subscribe and the bell. Don't forget the bell. All right, guys. Thank you.